Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we're going to be taking a look at the career and financial energy for the sign of Aquarius for the month of March. Now Aquarius, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now, Aquarius, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also only have one Instagram. It's linked below. So if you want to give me a follow on Instagram, make sure you use the link in the description. It's my only one. I do exclusive content on my Instagram. But let's see what we have here. Now, if you watch my videos regularly and you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. All right, let me make sure everything is in view, and then we'll get right into it. All right. Put this over here. So, Aquarius, it looks like right now things could be going pretty well for you in your career situation. I definitely like to see, I definitely like what I see here. Some of you may be looking to build knowledge, build skills, maybe taking training or something like that here in the future. Obviously, not everybody's going to be doing that, but you know what's interesting here is let's just dive right in. In your overall message here in the middle, you have the Emperor. The Emperor is the energy of being a boss. Okay, this is big boss energy. This is a very good omen to find in a career situation. It says that you potentially are even looked up to at your workplace, if this is a quality of yourself. And it could say that you have maybe healthy routines, healthy habits, stability and structure is something that you sort of embrace and has really helped you get to the top with the Emperor card. And you know, this is about success, right? They're wearing nice clothing, they have everything that they need, and this person is presumably extremely successful in their career. Now, this could also refer to your actual boss, the actual authority figure that you work under. And even in that case, it could mean that you are potentially being they think highly of you. I think in this case, if that is resonating with you, I do feel like some of you are in a good situation with your boss, if that's something that if you do work for somebody. We always go through and clarify, so this is definitely something I want to get some clarity on. But in the past, you have the Two of Wands and the Nine of Cups, so very nice energy to find here. The Two of Wands represents you potentially being at a crossroads in your career, needing to make a choice between two options, two paths, two people, two projects, two decisions. You know, it's a card of decision making, and it really asks you potentially to go into a period of research, planning, discovery, development in order to get yourself to the next card, which is the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is an initial win or an initial victory in the suit of Wands. Now, this could also say that you're maybe preparing or planning for travel, maybe work-related travel. This is sort of like when you do all the research, you buy the plane ticket, you get your hotel, you say, okay, I'm going to go eat at that restaurant. The Two of Wands is like that sort of planning stage of something, and it could be typically travel-related. So some of you may be engaged in work-related travel here, but the other thing with this Nine of Cups, it's a very good card. This is the feeling of having it's the feeling of having your cup overflowing here. As you can see, they're holding up their cup. It's the last card before you have the Ten of Cups. And this is a major card of some sort of wish being fulfilled in your life. It's a dream or a wish come true. And presumably this person has clients coming into their pub, into their small business. Things are going well. You can see the joy on their face. They may even have some room for luxuries or pleasures in life. And so very nice card. For me, that's a card of abundance as well, because who doesn't want to be happy? Like when you are truly happy, you attract other things into your life as well. And getting into that happy state is a very important thing as far as I'm concerned. And so it seems like things have been going well for you. Now, what's interesting here is in the future, you have the Hermit and the Page of Swords. So both of these cards could come forward when you're ready to learn something, build a skill, add to a knowledge set, add to, develop a skill, do something like that here in your career. But the hermit is somebody who's potentially on the path of the sage. They are wise, or they are becoming wise in their career or in their life. And they're really about building knowledge. So for some of you, that could be the case. This is also potentially like finding the answer within you, or inside of you when you have this hermit card. Along with that, you have the Page of Swords, which can also be somebody who's maybe studious, somebody who's maybe learning, somebody who's intelligent, quick-witted, an idea person. They have a ton of ideas all the time going on in their minds. However, Page of Swords can represent news of delay or disappointing news as well. So it really depends on what's going on here for you and your situation. And I think what I'll want to do, because it's not entirely clear to me, what I think I'll want to do here is just start to get some clarity. So let's move up the pyramid. You have the Fool, the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Moon. Wow. Okay. So definitely like this. So the Fool and the Knight of Cups combined with this Two of Wands and the Nine of Cups is definitely a nice energy here. So taking a look, the Fool starts off the hero's journey, or the Fool's journey, through the major arcana. So when you get the Fool, it really only comes forward when you're ready. And it's that powerful of a card, okay? The Fool leaps forward without attachments to the past or knowing where they're going to go. They know they're about to embark on a journey, but they have no idea how they're going to get towards the completion of the world. And so it's not about having attachments at this time. It's about allowing the universe to handle the details and allowing the universe to get you to where you need to go. When you have the Fool, it's also kind of viewing the world as if you were a child again. Because if you think about somebody who's brand new to this world, they don't have attachments, right? They have a fresh set of eyes, a fresh perspective on the world around them. And for some of you here, this could be the case as you embark on this journey with this Two of Wands and the Nine of Cups. You also have the Knight of Cups, which is about happy arrivals in your life coming to fruition. This could be, the start of a project, or you could get like a progress update about a creative project, or you may be delivering a progress update to somebody. You could also be like starting a creative venture in your life. But this really represents a happy event coming into your life here. And so if we take a look at this, I mean, there's some confluence around this idea of you building happiness here with the Fool, with the Nine of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. So some sort of happy event arriving for you in this month as it relates to your career here, Aquarius. So I love to see that. Now you also have the Seven of Pentacles, which is absolutely a great card to find when you're looking at your financial situation. This person here has grown this tree a long time ago, and their harvest is now ready. And so this talks about long-term investments paying off. You can see they're about to harvest the pentacles here on the tree. And they're not sure if they're going to harvest them. They're asking themselves, should I take the harvest now, or should I let it grow? And so this can come forward when there's a directional change in your life. Do I want to take the money now, or do I want to keep moving forward? What do I want to do? I have this long-term investment that's growing and accruing. And, some of you may be thinking about, this could be applied to a job though, as well. Like, I've been here for a long time, do I want to keep trying to grow within this situation, within this workplace, or do I want to move to a new workplace? You have the Moon as well, which could say that something is not as it appears. It can be a temporary deception. It can be something hidden here coming to the surface as you see the crab coming out of the water. And, it can represent emotionally charged situations. It can also say, trust your gut, trust your intuition here. Let's see what else we have. Let's move up the pyramid. So we have this Tower moment. We have the Sun. I like that for you. And you have the Five of Wands. Okay. So obviously the Tower moment is something that's feared in tarot readings, but you really shouldn't be afraid of any of these cards. Let me explain to you what this Tower can mean. I mean, if you look at this Tower, Aquarius, you won't find a door on the tower, okay? And so this person that's falling from the tower has essentially constructed a prison for themselves. Up until the lightning and the thunder that came and crashed the tower, they had no way of getting out. And so you can view the Tower as a total and true blessing in disguise when you get that energy. And the Tower, yes, it can be abrupt, yes, it can be an upheaval, and it can be surprising, but the Tower always leads you to the path of the star. And so what I like here is you have the Sun with it. The Sun is the best card to find in the tarot. It's total positivity, happiness, another card of major happiness, as you have this nice diagonal here, the Nine of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Sun coming in here for you. And the Sun represents power. It's the power of the Sun into a tarot, wrapped up into one tarot card. It also negates the challenging aspects of cards around it and augments the positive aspects of cards around it. So you have the Tower, you have the Five of Wands around it. Both can be challenging cards. But I feel like for some of you, it's almost like you have a good problem. You know how sometimes when you have a good problem to have, where it's like you're dealing with something, it's like, oh, I have to do this and I have to do this, but both of these things are good. Both of these things lead to good outcomes. Well, your Tower movement's leading you to the Sun here. There may be a quarrel between you and another person with the Five of Wands, the Moon, and the Page of Swords. Page of Swords can be somebody who's annoying you. And the Five of Wands can represent conflict, power struggles, anything like that. Let's see what else we have. You have the Ten of Cups. Okay, you have major happiness here, Aquarius, and the Nine of Swords. Okay. So there is clearly something that's keeping you up here late at night. The Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety and stress. You can see this person's having a nightmare and fear as well. You could throw fear in there because they're fearing that these 9 swords are going to come down and hit them, but they don't actually do. The thing is, you have the Ten of Cups with it, which is kind of opposite energy. The Ten of Cups is having all 10 cups overflowing. It's interesting because you have the 9 into the 10 here, and you have the Knight, you have the Fool, you have the Sun. These are all cards that you look for when you're looking for happiness in your life. And, yeah, there's a change here. Yeah, there's something stressing you out. I think it's probably whatever's going on with this Page of Swords. I mean, just look at this diagonal, right? And so... But at the same, what I would tell you is don't let this person rob you of your happiness because there's a lot available to you. Let's see what is at the top of the pyramid. And you have the Five of Swords here. So the Five of Swords can represent a defeat, something that is maybe going away or a loss in your life. The thing is, I want to point this out. Do you see the person in the background? You see the ray of the sun coming out of that person. And so for me, when you get the Five of Swords, that talks about how, yeah, you may be waving your flag. Yeah, you may have lost something, but you are getting stronger on the other end of that. I also would like to point this out that the sun is a card of truth and that whatever is not right will be exposed by the ray of the sun. And so if you are dealing with a challenge, if you're dealing with somebody who's trying to win at all costs here, that will all work out in divine timing. So look, you have major happiness available. Do not let somebody's poor behavior here get in the way of that. Let's see what's on the bottom. You have the High Priestess. So this can be secret. This is also hidden knowledge coming to the surface. And this can talk about potentially really, really trusting your intuition, major card of intuition, and some sort of like maybe somebody who's a way shower. You may want to take a look at something in a new way. Also represents desirability. Some of you are desirable in the workplace, and just recognize that, this is a unique point in history where if you don't like where you're working, you can always move on to another place. That's happening all over the place right now in the United States. And so some of you are probably a lot more desirable than maybe you're giving yourself credit for. So love this reading. Thank you so much for being here. Feel free to hit the like button, sign up for my email list. There's a link to that in the description below. I'll see you in the next reading.